Hello? Hello? Oh, I'm so big. Hold on. Let me not be all in the way. Wait, no, don't do that. Oh, oh, I'm ruining it because I'm scrolling. But hello, hello. Thank you for the immediate autoclave. And I'm back. Hello, hello. Let's see. What do we got here? Thank you for checking in, Weetabix, and hello, Weetabix. Hello, Cappy John, and thank you for checking in, Ripco, and yes, that's it. It's an instinctual reaction at this point. I can't even type. I'm tired. Oh no. I know you said you have that long shift today, so you know. It's okay. You can communicate through autoclaves and redeems. You can bonk, head pat, whatever. I'll know what you mean. But hello everyone. Ha Happy Friday. I hope everyone had a good week. It's the spooky day, Friday the 13th. I was thinking at first if I wanted to do something like spooky dooky for the for it, but then I was like, I don't really have any ideas. So we're gonna draw emotes. I've never been the spooky type. Work starts in 40 minutes, another 16 hours. Oh my gosh. I know you said the extra money for Japan is like your motivator. I think that's a good motivation, but man, I can't imagine a 16 hours. I feel like my brain is so tired after the end of just like 8 hours. But of course, I know like my different jobs. I feel I don't like as like a job where my job primarily is, sitting at home, reading some stuff and writing about it. And I get so exhausted by by 3 p.m. I'm feeling kind of out of it. I used to have the issue where I want to take a nap at 3 p.m. But I've lately converted the 3 p.m. nap into I'm gonna take a walk at 3 p.m., which is, I would argue it's healthier, though I feel like I end up taking way more time because I start like walking for a long time. Well, since I live at work location 0 commute time is making me I just go upstairs, shower, and knock out. I guess that's not. Yeah, I guess you've mentioned that. It's not so bad then. I don't know. I guess being like semi on for 16 hours is like so much. I don't have anything sketched yet, so this is like we are starting the emotes from scratch, and I have no ideas of what we want yet. But we'll figure it out along the way. I think I have general ideas of what I'm looking for. Like I want like this is like a super rough sketch. I just want like I want a mad emote. Like I want a hi. Just like a waving hello. A hello wave, just one of those. Mm, I want a side-eye one. Like a sus side-eye. Like, like the monkey, like something like that. I want something like that. I want a bacteria one. Just like my cute little bacteria buddy. So something just kind of derpy. A little derpy guy, something like that. And yeah, and this one's like anger. I'll just stick with those for now because knowing me, I don't know if we might get through one. We might get through one. I'm really bad at like drawing fast, especially on stream. I feel like I end up getting very, very distracted and talking and going on tangents and working really slowly and forgetting what we were even doing. But we'll focus at least on trying to finish the one anger. Yap, yeah, it's too easy to just yap. Oh, thank you for checking in, Carlotus. Hello, hello. I don't think I have enough. These would go into the subscriber tiers for my Twitch, but I'll just have them available also in the Discord. Okay, let's turn on the opacity for this and play around with that. So I feel like this week, talking about my own week, I feel like I didn't get much done. I feel like this week felt like the most unproductive week I've ever done, but maybe that's okay. I think I've been my body and brain have been really exhausted from how much stuff I've been doing at work. And now that there's even a iota of downtime, I'm like taking it all in to like turn off my brain and my everything for the week. I have, what is that? Is that a scratch or, oh no, never mind. I'm going crazy. I've just been, like after work, I would just go on my little walkie to, you know, cool down, take a load off, get a nice little tasty treat maybe perhaps. And then I had stuff in my schedule to do, and it's like things like VTuber related or just other personal miscellaneous things. And I haven't done like any of that this week. I just think I needed like to rest and turn my brain off for a bit. I did script a bunch of YouTube short videos, though. I have at least. I'm trying to think. I think I have 20. I have 20 videos scripted. I just have to record them, which should be like the easy part. But I really couldn't get my brain to like want to sit down and record anything. Sometimes you gotta give yourself a break. We are all doing more than we think, even when we are doing nothing. Oh yeah, for sure. Sometimes it's like you don't. I always try to be careful because I try not to push myself when I'm feeling like this because I know it's so easy to get into like a really dangerous burnout from here. I'm taking it like very cautiously. Because if I push myself too hard here, I'm gonna like not want to do anything for months and months, weeks, maybe a year. And then I'll be sad. And then I'll be really, really sad. So it's always better, I think for most people, you know, you take a little bit of time off so you can preserve yourself. I definitely experienced that in grad school. There would be times where you just kind of have to push. You just push and push because who's telling you not to push? In fact, everyone is telling you to push even harder, even when you think you're like, hey guys, I don't think I'm feeling so good. And then they're like, oh, well, that's too bad. Anyway, there's a deadline. Here's a deadline for you. So you have to kind of do something. It's like, oh, okay. I don't even, like, it's too much. So yeah, I'm being very kind to myself. I'm trying not to be upset that I have things I need to do. There's things I'm like, oh, I really wish I did this, but I'm going like, okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Don't worry, don't worry. It'll get done eventually. I kind of want to squish this even more, like squish it, like to make it a little more angry. Hi, B. My voice is pretty. Oh, thank you. Do I want to go, like, do I want to make it more like mochi, like squished? Oh, thank you for checking in, B. Hello, hello. I hope you're having a good Friday. Before stream, I made dinner. I'm getting better at making dinner before stream, you guys. I made spaghetti. I made assassin spaghetti. If you don't know what assassin spaghetti is, it's a type of spaghetti where you put the uncooked pasta into the tomato pasta sauce instead of cooking the spaghetti separately. It's actually really, really good, and you put a lot of like chili flakes. It's so tasty. So I made a bunch of that. Though I'm starting to realize I need to stop making a bunch of it. Even though I'm supposed, like, it's kind of helpful to like have leftovers, my brain's not a big fan of leftovers. I should just force myself to eat the leftovers, but I just can't. I can't. My brain's like, I'm sick and tired of these leftovers. Good job. I'm procrastinating. Oh, it's, you know, procrastination, sometimes we need that. Sometimes you gotta let yourself procrastinate. No such thing, make more. The thing is, if I make more, it's like, it's so nice. It isn't really nice to have the more. Like, having a lot of pasta, it sounds like a good idea in theory. But I just realized I don't end up eating it. Like, day one, I eat. Day 2, I nibble. And then day 3, if there's still stuff left, it's gone. Like, I don't want to touch it anymore. I meal prep, so essentially leftovers for 5 days. Oh my gosh, see, leftovers for 5 days is like way too much for me. Even though I think, like, theoretically, I really should be doing that because I don't like cooking that, like, well, I like cooking. I don't like cleaning that often. But I just don't want to really eat this. I don't really want to eat the same thing. My brain's like, you need diversity. You need something new to spice it up. I think the only time I'm good with making that many, like a huge amount of leftovers, is like cooking a protein. So then it's like, okay, well, I made a ton of chicken breast. And so then the chicken breast can get used in like so many different meals. But if I just make spaghetti or like soup, and there's only one way to eat that thing, I'm like so sick and tired of it by day 3. Sometimes you just have to clear the fridge. Yeah, I do have that, like, oh, it's time for the meal clearing fridge. Like, the fridge clearing meal. I'm decent with leftovers. I have the same type of eat the same thing for every meal until I need to make a new thing. Oh, I wish I had that. I have my brain's like so bored. I'm decent with, what I found works is make 2 different proteins to mix with, like pasta, chicken, pasta, pork. Yeah. I think like I made a lot of spaghetti, and I know this was a mistake because it's just spaghetti with no protein because I didn't have any protein to cook today with. And I'm just gonna, maybe if I buy something, maybe I'll buy like chicken or something to eat with it, and then my brain will be like, ooh, this is new exciting meal. I also think like pre-splitting into portions helps the brain juice. I ate the exact same lunch for all of high school. PB&J and apple slices. We need a cooking emote, Chef Nico. You know, cooking emote's a pretty good idea. I can add that. I can... Hold on. I'll sketch that right now. I'll write it down through sketch so I remember. This is... You can barely see it, and I can also barely see it. This is me, Chef Nico. That's my reminder. I have a thing with my brain when it comes to food where sometimes I'm just like obsessed. I'm so obsessed with a certain like meal or food and I keep eating it every single day. And then I'm like, I'm over it. I'm sick of it. I don't want this anymore. And then it'll come back. I think last month, I was really, really obsessed with French fries. I don't know what it was, but I wanted French fries with everything. I was like, oh, I wish I had French fries as a side. And now I don't really feel like eating any French fries. Hydrate the microbe. I'm gonna hydrate. I meal prep to avoid the temptation of ordering food and to force myself to eat a bit semi-healthy. I do cook. I like to cook to avoid also the temptation of ordering out. Though sometimes the ordering out temptation is so strong. So strong. Even it's like I have food at home and then I think about what if I had not the food I have at home? What if I had different food? You know a food thing I've always wanted to do? The eternal soup. Is that just like you keep cooking the soup forever and like you add to it? I've always been curious. Oh, yes, I've always been curious about that. I don't know much about it, but the idea of it sounds, it kind of sounds appealing. I've been really into soup this week. Thinking of like food I'm obsessed with, I think soup has been my big thing. I've been eating a lot of Korean corn soup. It's just like powder. It's just a powder you heat up on the stove and you add water. But it's just really good. Something about it's so simple and like it's refreshing. And maybe it's also because it is so darn hot here lately and I don't want to be on this like in the kitchen for longer than 5 minutes, so I just want to make soup, aka boil some water and then call it a day. Traditionally, it's always on heat, and like nowadays, you would like remove it in the refrigerator when not cooking. The clean freak in me would refuse to eat that. I know. I don't. Yeah, I don't know about the food safety like involved in this. I would not trust that after a couple days as well. It's supposed to be heated to the point of sterilizing every time you add new stuff. Classic medieval eternal soup. Yeah, I'm not sure if, we should be doing the cooking the way of the medieval times, but the idea of it's kind of fascinating. But maybe, like, the health repercussions are not so fascinating. Speaking of, like, food safety, I think one of the most fascinating things I see a lot online are people that get really, like, skeptical or I don't know, not skeptical isn't the right word. They're really, really like big on food safety with rice specifically, which is fair. Rice can be really, really dangerous. It can harbor a lot of different like it's really easy for pathogens to grow in rice, especially when it's like improperly stored. But it's a bad thing to maybe like say. I feel like when I grew up, and I know a lot of people also grew up like this, my rice would be in the rice cooker for like 24 hours, and we would just eat it like the whole time. But if you mention that on some like food Reddits, they'll like kill you. They'll beat you to death with the you are like scum. How dare you? How you know nothing of food safety? You are going to kill yourself like immediately if you do that. But after a certain point, food gets so overcooked, it would have such a weird texture. Yeah, I think that would be a big problem with having like soup forever on the forever soup on the stove. We so often forget to put it in storage containers. But yeah, we would just have the rice all in the well, I guess like the rice cookers we used were always like well heated. I think some people's rice cookers don't actually heat up that much. I've seen like the cheap rice cookers that some people have. It doesn't really do much. It like cooks and then like it turns off. I get the ick from people who like to eat leftover people that's left out overnight. Okay, I don't know about leaving pizza out overnight. At least this rice, it's heated up. It's heated up in the rice cooker. I think I want to like make this more face. I don't know. My food safety, I feel like growing up was really poor, so I can't comment too much. I try to be more conscious about it now. But my mom would cook us dinner during her lunch break, and then she would go home, like go back to work. But she would leave the food, like she'd cover, like portion out the food and then put it into saran wrap it and then leave it on the table for us when we came home like 2 hours later. And I was like, oh no. I think about it now and I'm like, oh gosh, Mom, why did you leave it out on the table for 2 hours? Why didn't you just put it in the fridge, Mom? But you know, we lived. I know people who argue the stale bread makes pizza taste better. Needless to say, we're not friends anymore. Ew, I don't like the idea of stale bread pizza. I'm not friends with them either anymore. I don't know who they are, but they're not my friends. My rice cooker has a warm function where it just keeps going until you turn off. Yeah, mine does too, and it has like a little timer telling you, hey, like you've had this on warm for like 20 hours. And it can keep going and keep going. I think it keeps going until like 99 hours. I do not recommend having your rice in the rice cooker for 99 hours. Not even just for like a safety purpose. I think it just would taste kind of gross. A couple days ago, I forgot to put wave fried rice overnight. Came back to it in the morning and had that slightly fruit smell that made me go, yep, right. Yeah. I know you described that scent and it hit me right away. That slightly off, that kind of funky, kind of nasty. Time to draw myself to work. I learned now. Okay, have fun, survive, do your best. Never had that before. Have I had the pineapple on pizza discussion yet? I'm a pineapple on pizza stan. I'm not gonna have slander on pineapple on pizza. I think it's fine. Though, like, I think it's also it's a certain type of pizza. I like. There's a time and place for pineapples. You know what I mean? Oh, bye, Carlotus. See you. There's such a time and place for the pineapples. Like, I wouldn't have it like on a nice fancy margarita Italian style pizza, like that's oven fired. I'm not sure if I want the pineapples on there. Mostly because I like it simple, like, you know, just sauce I kind of just eat sauce because I can't eat mozzarella. So just sauce and some basil leaves. So like that's pretty good for me. Goodbye, Carolitis. Goodbye. I want to like smush the face even more. I really want it to like be angry. Like, grr, like how could you? Like, hmm. I can't make a mad face. I don't have I don't have a stream deck or hotkeys to do my mad face. Very pineapple stand community. I feel welcome. I think the people who hate on pineapple or who are like they will fight to the depths of pineapple, they need to chill out, you know? They need to understand. It's okay. It's okay. The pineapples aren't going to hurt you. It's fine. I'm pretty like you will be hard pressed to find food that I am not okay with. I think most food I'm pretty tolerant of. I'll say tolerant. And I would try I try everything at least once before I go, okay, that's not it for me. That's not it for me. Okay, we sketched it. So let's try doing the line art. Oh yeah, my sketches are super messy. If you can't figure out my sketches, that's fine. Don't worry. It's like my sketching process and drawing process are very much like trust the process. Very like very who knows what's going on. Even I can't tell what's going on sometimes. Sometimes I get so lost when I'm doing line art because I go, I have no idea what I was meaning to even draw. Yeah, today is also likely to be a shorter stream, mostly because it's really hot. It's really hot and I probably want to like I'm not gonna want to sit here for that long. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna die if I sit here for too long. I do want to be here. Don't get me wrong. I do want to be here. The life of no AC. I don't think I mentioned it. My AC. I used to have a AC, and it died this month, and so I'm back to like relying purely on a fan, and it feels like in the current day of climate, a fan is not cutting it. Just yesterday, it was 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 32 degrees Celsius for the people who need that conversion. Also, I'm terrible at art, so I was just like, what is that? And it's exactly like your hair. Nice. Oh yeah, you know, sometimes it's kind of funny. All art is just a bunch of lines, and then it all comes together. Art's kind of magical in that way, huh? It's just like you go do, and then oh my gosh, it's a polygon. Well, that's kind of bad. Now it's a bird. Art's kind of magical. Don't melt. Get yourself back into the incubator. I wish I can jump into the incubator. I think I do want to take a walk tonight. Because I think it's supposed to cool down, and so I want to just take advantage of the nice summer evenings and take a walk, Friday night walk. Perhaps get some ice cream, some lactose-free ice cream. Enjoy myself. And then try to motivate myself to record some YouTube shorts and TikToks. I want to do maybe one today because I was on a nice consistent every 2 day schedule for a few weeks. I want to go back to that. I would die. California Valley requires AC. I feel, yeah, it's low to mid 90s here. Oh my gosh, it's just so like, it's so uncomfortable being this hot. I go back and forth a lot on if I like heat or cold better. I think when I was younger, I was very pro cold. And I still really like being cold now. But I don't like being too cold, you know? I think how can I live in a place where it's completely neutral all the time? Yeah. The thing is, like, I like hoodies. I like sweatpants. I like beanies. I like sweaters. A lot of my favorite fashion is mostly cold. I don't really like my wardrobe when it's warmer or hot like this. It feels so sad because I have so many nice hoodies and sweaters, and then I just have to throw them into the closet for a few months. Not that I don't like wearing the dresses, but it's just so fun to like. It's so freeing to wear a hoodie and sweatpants. Something about it, it's like next level comfort. I think the other part that I don't like about summer wardrobe is, this is a problem with just like our capitalistic society, is the fact so many of these clothing industries have switched to terrible material. It's basically, most clothing is like 80% plastic. Like, it's made with rayon and polyester, and it feels awful. It feels awful to wear these things in the summertime. Like, you really need to wear cotton and linen, but that stuff is like, that kind of material is so hard to find now that, at least in 100% form. To have nice breathable clothing is so outrageously expensive. Sweats in college guy. Ah, yes, seasonal wardrobes. I definitely own pants other than jeans. you know, I was thinking the other day, I don't know, I was looking for jeans in my closet, and I was like, when is the last time I've worn jeans? My pants selection has become increasingly just wide-legged pants that are all very flexible and breathable. Female fashion has moved towards away from jeans and into like nice, like very comfortable pants, which I've been a big fan of. I don't miss the days of having to wear jeans every day. I think that eye is a little too long. I forgot to put I wanna flip the canvas. Flip. What? Oh, yeah, it's a little too big. Oh god, the fashion industry. I can rant so long about the fashion industry. How dare the fashion industry turn most of the clothing selection into plastic? Where are the cottons? Where are the linens? Where are the natural fibers? $100, that's where I'll tell you. They're all like $100. And it's like, I can't afford constantly buying these things over and over. Fair enough. Half the joy of jeans is the pockets, and women's are cursing at the. Oh yeah, I've given up. I've given up completely ever expecting women pants to have pockets. Actually, it's gotten a bit better now. I think you kept a whole liter water bottle in your pocket. Okay, it's not that good. Okay, I thought I was gonna say the playing field has been even, but it's definitely not. It has not been even then. I can fit my phone in my pants, in most of my pants now. And, I take that as a win. I've accepted that I need to carry a bag or a purse with me for most of, like, whenever I go out. So I have like nice little comfy strappy bags that are easy and go with like any outfit. So I go, okay, well, I don't have pockets, so here's my little baggie. Not that I feel like lately, I don't even feel like I need to carry much else besides my phone. The future is just everything is on my phone. If I need to take the subway, I can just pay with my phone. Do I need locations to go somewhere? I have my phone. I need to pay for something? I have my phone. I need to contact someone? I have my phone. I need a ride somewhere? I have my phone. I need identification? I guess I need my wallet for that one. Those are some states I hear that you have ID on your phone. I'm gonna bet that's gonna be popularized in the future. Though I know there's pushback because people already hated like electronic COVID cards on phones. Fair enough, the amount of times I get scared watching a woman walk by and seeing how her phone is 7% on her pocket, like that can't possibly stay in there. Yeah, I think you're probably talking about me. You probably have seen, that's because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I do. It's kind of just hanging out and I go, okay, it's gonna be fine. I don't even, oftentimes, I feel like I don't even have my phone in my pocket. Probably because of that. I put it in there for a bit and it's kind of heavy, and so then I do the classic technique of just walking while holding my phone. Clutching my phone right strongly by my side, and no one will snatch this device out of my hand. Pockets didn't originate from bags people carried around their waist. The old original plans had pocket holes that are so wild. Yeah, I'm not surprised if pockets did originate from bags around the waist. The waist bags are so nice. I've been enjoying using that. It's a lot more convenient than a purse. Highly recommend fanny pack or fanny pack adjacents. Especially a back pocket. I'm just like, either that falls out or you sit on it by accident. Neither good options. Oh, a back pocket? Okay. I was going through my head. Like, what pants I have that even have back pockets. I don't think I think I have only I can count maybe 2 pants I know that I have that have back pockets. Everything is like a front pocket. Front pocket, front pocket, front pocket. The pockets used to be on belts, so your pants would have holes that the belt bags fit into. Oh, fascinating. Isn't it kind of fun? It's like, I love that kind of knowledge of how historical history kind of formed some of the fashion things we have going on today. I need to hydrate so bad. I really should buy a larger water bottle. I think I've taken like 3 sips and it's almost empty. Maybe I squish the eyebrows like a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Thank you, wonderful nerd girlfriend full of random facts. I love hearing random facts are like some of my favorite things. If someone just came up to me and all they said was random facts, I would be enamored and listen forever, like for hours and hours. I'd go, okay, tell me more. Tell me more about this random fact. Tell me more about this random niche knowledge you have of 1930s automobiles. Tell me more about how writing pens were invented. I need to know more. I think it's also I like to I kind of soak in that information. You tell me a random fact and then it will like live in the recesses of my brain for so many years. I'm not really happy with how the eyebrow is looking, so maybe let's move on to the rest of the hair for now. One of my best friend's dads called himself a repository of useless information, and that stuck with me. I love that. That's such a good name. Like, that's so good. I can only strive to be something like that. I long to be a repository of niche info that has no bearing on anybody's life. It sounds kind of whimsical. Maybe I should draw. Okay, get that out of there. Get that out of there. I'll draw the head, the face shape first, so I can get a better understanding. The US made the ballpoint so they can write in 0G. The Russians just use a pencil, which they stopped doing very quickly because floating graphite flakes touching electrical equipment in a high oxygen sealed environment is a very, very bad idea. I have heard of this. Yes, I do know that. It's so interesting. That's something, it's just like, I would never even have considered, oh man, your pencil is in fact shaving off graphite flakes. That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Graphite in a high oxygen environment with no escape. To make the ballpoint pen just for that though, it's kind of funny. Who truly geniuses. And where would we be without that space race? No ballpoint pen in current day? It's hard to imagine. Actually, I have a feeling someone would have figured out how to make ballpoint pens, but still, I appreciate what they did then. Is that? Do I want it more squished? Okay. Okay. There was one satellite around Saturn that NASA intentionally sent into the gas giant before it deactivated because they didn't want to accidentally introduce organic matter from Earth onto Titan. Oh, that's crazy. I love space, LMAO. I think space is so fascinating. I don't know. I don't have much space knowledge though. There was a time when I was incredibly obsessed with space as a child, and like superficially, like I didn't really know what was going on. I just knew like, oh, stars, space, astronauts, I want to be an astronaut. And then I learned like I don't want to be an astronaut. That didn't sound very like, I think I read like a book of what the job of an astronaut entails as a child, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. That's not for me. That's not for me. I don't think I could. I don't know if I even have the personally like the physical requirements to be an astronaut. But you know, that was like a very short-lived phase. The ballpoint pen was invented in 1888 originally, but the modern ballpoint pen was created in 1938. I see, I see. What's the original ballpoint pen like then? Hold on. I want to see. 1888 ballpoint pen. The history of a ballpoint pen. Do, 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 do. Is there like no good picture? Ah. I feel like every kid has an astronaut phase. Yeah, I guess that's true. Huh? It's not unheard of. I mean, you learn so much about like space, and that's like the coolest job. You know, I was learning about what kind of jobs kids even want, like what do they dream about being nowadays. I wanted to know if it was like much different than what I feel like people what were kids my age dreaming about. And honestly, it's not that different. There's still many kids that dream of being like, you know, a vet, a doctor, a teacher. They just think of a generic job and that's what they want to be. The only difference was like I think kids really want to be streamers nowadays. They want to be streamers and YouTubers. I think that was like the number one difference in those lists of what kids aspire to be. But it's like, isn't it a surprise? They're not. They don't want to be celebrities anymore because, like, to them, streaming and being a YouTuber is the new celebrity. It also feels to them, it feels much more highly attainable than being a movie star. Even though I mean, anyone I guess can be a streamer. But I think these kids are like thinking about like the number one streamers and they're like saying, I want to be Kai Cenat. Except like supermarket clerk or janitor, there's some of those that kids don't care about usually. Yeah, it has to be. They're thinking of like career. They're thinking of like, I feel like the generic careers that I'm gonna assume like schools in a way kind of push. I feel like I saw like, you know, everyone feels like they grew up seeing like posters of like doctors. They don't really see the posters of like random minimum wage jobs, which are they're still very important jobs. Do not get me wrong. Generic, be famous, depending on the ages. Yeah. I think when I was a kid, I feel like people were still pretty obsessed with like they wanted to be like a rock star, like, or pop star kind of thing. I would imagine that's still kind of popular to a degree, like music famous, because I think K-pop's still pretty big for the youngins, and that's like the pop stardom. I also think the YouTuber streamer dream probably feels a lot more real, like quote. Sorry, I hit my mic. Quote unquote real to them compared to saying I want to be a movie star, because they know exactly what they got to do, because they can make videos on TikTok at any age, or YouTube shorts, which they really shouldn't. They really shouldn't be making any like videos at any age. Don't punch your mic. What did you deserve? It's because it's right. It's literally right where my water bottle is. I just knocked it. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. You know how like I feel like I get really uncomfortable when I'm scrolling through TikTok and YouTube Shorts and I get a random video from a clear minor and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't really want to see this. Like it's like a real life video. Like I get uncomfortable. I just like I don't want to. I don't like. I'm like I don't think I should be watching this. I always block those. Yeah, I like it's. I scroll real fast. The moment I see a child and they're doing some kind of like real life video, I'm just like, okay, we gotta get it moving. I can't be here. But it's like hard to avoid that if you're just mindlessly scrolling sometimes because the algorithm randomly will recommend you low just random videos. Even the videos that have like 2 views. Same with random religious propaganda. Luckily, I've always been away from my uncle's Wi-Fi for enough that I don't get random political stuff. I feel like I haven't gotten a lot of like political stuff in a while, but I've also been very mindful of like curating how my algorithms are. Like I don't really want to see a lot of. I'm very tuned into the news. Don't get me wrong, but it's mostly because stuff online that has to do with political thing, like anything political, anything. It's very like it can be very extreme, and I'm like I'm not here for that right now. I'm just kind of wanting my entertainment. It's like extreme and not informative, which is like a very deadly combination. Hmm. Hmm. No thanks. I barely want to look at the news for the past decade, much less political videos. Yeah, I feel you. I try to be informed because, the world keeps on moving, even when I don't, when I'm not tuned in. So I might as well try to be a little as informed of what's going on, especially nowadays, considering the fact a lot of the news has to do with my own career. There's a lot of stuff about my career, health, like, biomedical science, biomedical sciences and healthcare. Yeah. That's like the only response you can really get for that. Yeah. There's a lot of craziness happening. But what we just have to do our best. Be positive. Stay informed, but don't like doom post, doom scroll, etc., etc. I think doom scrolling is it's so hard to avoid. I've been better at it, but I remember there would be times when I would literally go through Twitter and just scroll endlessly and endlessly about a topic that I was like really anxious about. Maybe it's because our human brains were not meant to be overloaded with this much real-time information at once. Remember when like the only time you would get information or updates it'd be like from the news or a TV, and it's not like happening in real time with multiple different perspectives and opinions and sources and anecdotes. YouTube Shorts finally got me. I avoided it for so long. I think I can't be. I feel like YouTube Shorts are definitely just as bad as TikToks, but and I mean I post on both TikTok and YouTube Shorts. I think it's always fascinating seeing the different communities of YouTube versus TikTok. Sometimes I will look at my comments on like TikTok videos and I'm like, I don't even know how to I don't know how to respond to you, buddy. I'm just gonna give you a like. I feel like the comments I get on YouTube are a lot more articulate and coherent and also on topic of what I made a video about. And then on TikTok, I'll get the most random comments and I'm like, okay, sure. Sure. I think I don't know if you're commenting for me to you're commenting so I can say something to you or not. So, but here's a like. I feel like maybe it's because I don't really use TikTok. I post my videos and get out primarily. I don't know, which makes it harder. It's like harder to do that, like understand the trends. I typically just make videos of whatever is on my mind or what I thought of. But I know sometimes you're supposed to like make things of like, hey, here's this trending topic, like trending audio, and it's like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's trending. I'll only know if it's trending if I see it on Twitter like a week later. I feel like that's the safest option. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say, like, content creators have given, like, suggestions. It's like, if you're going to be a content creator, you should probably, like, you post your thing and dip. Don't hang around. Don't hang around the social media sites too much. I try to keep that advice in mind, though sometimes I wonder if I think it's better usually for my brain to not linger and just, live my life. I need to add this on a different layer. Sometimes I see people, they post so often on social media. It's not to, like, I don't mean, like, they can do that. I just, like, struggle to post. I try to, again, like I said, I try to have a healthy relationship. I don't try to stay on Twitter if I can avoid it. I can't draw the circle. We're polygon, ellipses, curve, Bezier. Okay, I'll just do this. I need that to be a little bigger, please. I hit you again, Mike. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just use Twitter to look at art. Yeah, I really like using Twitter to look at art. I like looking at different science articles, though it's a little rarer nowadays because I think a lot of the science community has moved away. They're more on Blue Sky. And then I just struggle to use Blue Sky. I should really use it more. I think I'd enjoy it, but it's change and changes. Change is hard, you know. So I try to just look at it for art. I like to see what people I follow are doing. And then I typically like post it once and then sign out. And then that's it. Oh, you're free! Yeah, ads are over. Hooray! Yippee! I do. What? Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. I enjoy the periodic 3-minute ad breaks as the style ads. I do the 3-minute ones because I find it's a lot less intrusive. It's the least intrusive one I can think of. And I hate pre-roll ads. I think pre-roll ads are some of the worst. Because I see it from my own perspective as how I like to watch streams. Sometimes I just jump around a lot, and then if I get hit with a pre-roll ad, I don't want to come back to the stream. I know some people, they don't care for the pre-rolls. Some people just let the pre-rolls on and then they don't run ads the whole time, etc., etc. Everyone, I guess, has a different way. Some people I've seen, they run an egregious amount of ads. It's kind of crazy. I also heard from online people for streaming strategies that this exact thing makes huge differences in retention. Yeah, I think viewers are a lot more receptive to the 3-minute time break. I think there's something about getting hit with the pre-roll before you can even see their content. Because I mean, let's think about it. It's such a huge commitment. You don't know if this is your first time viewing this streamer. You don't know this person. You're gonna spend 1 minute waiting to 1 or 2 minutes. I don't remember how long a pre-roll is. 1 minute. 1 minute waiting to see what they've got, when you can just click some other person who doesn't have it. It's a huge commitment. In an era of 20-second content, any minute is for some kind of gratification to occur is a long time. I'm still pretty new to the content. I hate the word. I hate calling myself content creator. I hate this space of making videos and streaming. But it's interesting seeing the strategies used to increase viewership, and they all kind of tend to make sense in a psychological point of view of what people's viewing behavior is just like. Marketing, aka weaponized psychology. Very true. There's those insane documents about, is it Pepsi? I think it was Pepsi. Pepsi had, I mean, this is for any company, but they had patents, their patents released of how they decide certain design choices for their sodas. And it's insane the kind of psychology they're thinking about for their marketing. They want to invoke smiles, so they have to consider adding curves that kind of give the illusion of smiles in their logos, even though it's not a full-on smile. It's a curve that makes you think, oh, smile, oh, it's happiness. I associate happiness now with this Pepsi can. Yay! Insane. Kind of fascinating, though. It's I can't help but go man, that's so cool, even though it's kind of crazy and also scary. And yeah, it's dark magic. I can't help but keep staring at it. I want to draw the ahoge here, like that. Piano's kind of going crazy here. Corporate evil. corporations are so evil, but then also it's crazy what you can do when you have that much money, how evil you can be. So it's hard to like, it's like, okay, I see what you're putting down. It's awful, but I kind of see, like, I see the vision. You shouldn't do that, but also very fascinating work you've got going on there. Very, very cool. Very cool. Mm. And then maybe here. Okay, let's put this on. Let's put this on a different layer. Then a lot of that work for positive feelings undone with a bad ad, like the Kendall Jenner one. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about the Kendall Jenner one. Yeah, it's it. When you think about how much work they put in to make a logo invoke a feeling of happiness and smiles, and then they have such a massive faux pas like the Kendall Jenner ad. It makes me go like, how did we get there? You guys looked like you were competent and knew what you were doing. How did we make such a huge blunder? How did we go from smurfing all over capitalism to just making the worst ad of all time? Your city melting death ray is very cool, Miss Supervillain. However, however, it does cause mass death. You know, very interesting technology you've got going on there. It's crazy engineering. However, you are killing many people. I have you know. Ah. Maybe I can do a little bit of coloring. Oh no. Let's zoom out so I can see how this looks. I like it. I enjoy it. It's nice. It is cute. Okay, let's put some base colors down. Well, I guess I'll go clean my room. Oh, were you procrastinating cleaning? Oh, goodness. Go clean your room. Go clean your room. I will be very proud of you when you clean your room. It's adorable and it's great progress. Thank you. Thank you. I also need to clean my room. That's going to be a weekend task. My room, the living room, the kitchen. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, goodness. You have a lot of cleaning to do there, Bee. But I know you can get it done. And everyone will be very proud of you. We will all clap and cheer for you when you clean your room. I'll go and I'll go vacuum. I'll tell the Discord when I'm yes, I'm going to celebrate when you're finished and you tell us, I'll celebrate. I need to take my trash out. I will do that when I go on my walk. I gotta go on my walk so I can get my Pikmin items. I've been really obsessed with Pikmin Bloom lately, which is it's basically just a walking app with a Pikmin theme because it really has nothing to do with Pikmin. Like, there's no death, there's no like bulb orbs like killing your Pikmin. There's no dying Pikmin. It's just, you know, cute Pikmin things. But I really enjoy having gamified walking incentives. Also, the confusion of branding. HBO Now, HBO Max, HBO Max again. I don't understand how they can flub like that when it comes to their name. I when I heard that they were going to Max at first, I was like, that sounds stupid. There's no way that they're going to keep being Max for many, there's no way this is a long-term thing. And then it turned out not to be, but I did not expect them to go HBO Max, to return to what they did. So stupid. Literal. Sometimes I just don't get it. It's supposed to be up here. Oops. And I wonder how much these changes cost every time they switch. It surely must be expensive. Because I don't know about switching back to HBO Max. I mean, that one, it might be a little bit cheaper than, at least they didn't go back. They didn't change to a completely new name, but they had to probably change all their advertisements that were just Max. They probably spent a lot of money on things that were saying we're just Max now. Because I remember they were talking a whole lot about how they're dropping the HBO part. And that's not just advertising. I'm sure they did some kind of market research where they had test groups come and go okay, what do you feel like? How are you feeling about Max? And that costs money too, etc., etc. All this stuff adds up so much. That's why it's just there's so many fees associated with every little aspect. So that's why I would assume if they're going to make changes, they were really, really sure about it. And then it looked like they weren't. So I don't know. Maybe they just like pissing money. Maybe they just maybe the CEOs and groups of HBO. Okay, this color is really wrong, but I need to save the colors I use. That was not good. Did it work? No. Some of the drug companies and their booths you showed. Yeah, it's it's not cheap. There is an expense to everything. You know, it's really funny. I'm thinking about the conference. We had a lot of people. We had our own booth there. I wasn't manning it, but I was there occasionally. And sometimes I would listen onto the conversations, and people were like, "Oh, you guys have a booth? I didn't even know you had a booth." And I'm thinking wow, we spent thousands of dollars to be here, and some people are coming up to us saying, "Oh, I had no idea you were even here." And it's and we spent money on advertising and everything too. It's what was the point of all this? It's not easy. It's not easy being a corporation, guys. It's not easy. Minus $5,000 or something like that. I have to change all these colors again, but why did I do that? Okay. Like that. That's fine. And you mentioned one of the companies doing layoffs now or something. Oh yeah, Chen and then Tech. I think the layoffs are coming. They haven't done them yet, but because of they're a company of such a large size and the layoffs are pretty substantial, they had to do they had to do the mandatory 90-day notice. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Imagine spending all that, like, it's kind of like, kind of nasty when you think about it. They spend like millions on their booth and then they have to lay off that many people. Ugh, I would be pretty mad. And I took a look at who's getting laid off. It's not the specific people, but it's like, it's you know, the types of roles they have. It's not like, at first I was thinking, oh, maybe it's, I don't know, miscellaneous, administrative. That's usually kind of the first people that are cut in these kind of situations. But no, it was a lot of QA scientists, like actual scientists, like QA and R&D people. So it's not a good sign. I have no idea if they were, if some of those people were at the conference, but I sure would be mad if I was at that conference working at my company's $1 million booth and then I'm laid off. That would make me a little upsetty. And then colors are kind of off. Actually, it's interesting. It's more off on, I'm looking at it on my monitor and then on my tablet. The colors are so different. I guess that's just because different color screens, you know, you can't trust your eyes. I think it's more accurate on my monitor, though. Oh, I gotta fix what's going on here, though. Why is it like, I think it's supposed to be like this. No, stop that. It's supposed to be like that. And then select this layer, and this. And then if we go far enough. It all depends on what type of screen most people see it on. Yeah, I think not my laptop, my tablet screen is probably of the poorest quality, which is kind of crazy. Or not quality. I guess it's not about quality. It's like, I think the color calibration is a little off. Not really quality. Ah, I got an email and it just made a loud beep bop sound. Okay. I like how that looks. It just needs to get, like, rendered now. But the colors across my 3 monitors can be really drastic for some shades. Yeah, I think it really depends on what colors you're looking at too. I know pink can be quite divisive is a good word for it, on, like, depending on what monitor you're looking at. Because honestly, I'm looking at it on my tablet, and then monitor 1, and then monitor 2, and it's like 3 different colors. It's kind of funny. I think I'll rely on one of these. Like, I know which monitor I prefer to use, so I like the colors on that one the best. Okay, I think I will be wrapping up now. I know if this was a short stream, I'm sorry, but I will be here tomorrow. I just need, like, I am, like, starting to burn up and I'm just getting uncomfortable. So I'm gonna head it out, and I think I'll try to finish this. I'll see if I can finish this today or tomorrow, and then I'll post it on the Discord. And then I'll also upload it here. So thank you for watching and hanging out this lovely Friday. I hope you're staying cool wherever you are. If it's if you're in the North Americas, because it's kind of hot. But I'll see you tomorrow at the usual 6 p.m. Eastern. And I think I have miscellaneous. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll be hanging out. We'll figure something out together. It'll be fun. So I'll see you guys then. So bye bye bye. Yeah, bye bye bye. Take care to you too, Weetabix. Bye. Bye, Weetabix. Bye.